Hey everyone, it's Jeremy Osterberger. We're here at the Gulf Coast Industry Forum hosted by the Economic Alliance Houston Port Region. I'm with John Kueck of Maersk. John is Senior Operations Manager for the Gulf Coast region. John, thanks for hanging out.
Absolutely. Pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So John, you just got off the stage here at the Gulf Coast Industry Forum. The crowd roared. It was unbelievable. I did want to catch up with you. For folks that, folks know what Maersk is, they see your containers, but talk about the volume of operations you have here along the ship channel or even in the Gulf Coast.
So here in the Houston Ship Channel, we have about 9 services. We have 2 Trans-Pacific services coming over from Asia. We have east-west or transatlantic services coming in from India through the Suez into the Mediterranean, North Europe, and we also have north-south services that service South America, Central America. So we really reach all parts of the globe from Houston.
No, thanks, John. Appreciate that. So, let's talk about where we're at with supply chain. Obviously, coming out of COVID, there was lots of stuff to deal with. Just give us kind of an update. I mean, what are some of the pain points that remain today?
Yeah, some of the main pain points, we're still seeing an increased volume. We keep expecting the volumes to drop, and we have seen some import volumes drop, but exports are really strong right now. So we still have all those volumes coming in. A lot of the situations that we had in COVID have been rectified. We have a good supply of chassis available. We have a good supply of containers. The berth congestion the terminals are a lot better than they were. We just went through a dredging project that took some berths out, so we're catching up from that. But we expect to be back on schedule by the end of the month, earlier October.
John, when you were on stage, there was some talk about the transition to green fuels as far as powering vessels and to move material and move supplies. Talk a little bit about that. Where are we at now with mandates, and what's that impact on the maritime industry?
So there are some IMO mandates that do require emission reductions, and if you don't reduce, then there are some fines that go along with that. What Maersk is doing is we're moving towards green methanol. It's a liquid. It doesn't require the refrigeration or pressurization or other special equipment that some of the ammonia or LNG does. Challenges behind that is that we have to get that supply chain for us to be able to bunker our vessels when needed, where needed, how needed. We currently have 17 vessels that are on order, largest ones being 17,000 TEUs. We do have a smaller 1,900 TEU vessel that's already in service in North Europe. It does a lot of the smaller, shorter routes as feeder service up there.
Thanks, John, for that update. And last question is, you talked about cybersecurity. Of course, Maersk did have a cyber incident. What were the lessons learned from that? And what are the lessons learned more broadly for the industry itself?
Yeah, cybersecurity is really important to Maersk. It's the amount of information that we have to share between our customers, the terminals, the stevedores, our stow planners. We have to know where every container is in the yard every moment, so we know how to load those vessels. Key lessons learned is that we have to be constantly 2 steps ahead of our competitor, which is the cyber hackers. Our founder, McKinney Moeller, always preached constant care. That's one of the key components. So we need to make sure that we are looking forward to see what's coming down the pipeline, and even doing the small things like USB sharing and what networks we are allowed into our systems. Because if any one of those systems goes down, the whole thing goes down, and we go back to paper.
And it really is every employee in the organization. I mean, the way that they get in can be at any level.
Absolutely, yes, sir. And that's why every employee has a cybersecurity training every year.
Yeah. Well, John, I had a blast talking to you. Thank you so much for participating and appreciate you joining BIC Magazine.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.